Good morning, everyone. It's January 14th, 9 a.m., 3 degrees Celsius. I'm in downtown Halifax at the ferry terminal. We're going to take a walk down Water Street this morning, and we'll see where we go when we get down that way. But for now, we're going to walk down Water Street. So I'm right here at the terminal, and there's a picture of the bowl that's been added not long ago in front of this new restaurant called Los Toros. It isn't open yet, but it's probably going to be soon. So there's the new bowl. It's kind of nice, I think. And just for the hockey game we had last night, I'm all keep informed there from the game last night. I was very happy. Very happy that we won that first game. So anyway, we're going to take a walk now. We're going down, we're walking by all this stuff around the terminal here, and then we're going to walk down Upper Water Street. I got my mask on, but it's hard to talk. I think I'll just pull it down under my chin, and that should be good enough unless I have to walk close to somebody. Then I'll pull it up, because it's hard to, it comes through muffled when I talk. And today I've decided to go without the microphone because I'm still getting used to that, and there's no wind today, so I'm just going right into the phone, which I think is much better. So I spent the last half hour into Tim Hortons there. I just came out of there. And so now we're going to walk over here to Upper Water Street, and it's a one-way street, but we can walk it either direction. We were driving, wouldn't be able to go that way. And I lied. I said there's no wind. I didn't feel it until I got over here, but now I feel some wind. But we'll see how it goes. If it gets too windy, I'll put my mic in. But it's not too bad, so it should be all right, I think. So we're getting close to the weekend. How's everybody doing this morning? Thinking about Friday coming. I know after we get over the hump there on Wednesday, it's all downhill then. I like walking around early in the morning. It's like probably my favorite time. Favorite time of the whole day. It's just when it's coming daylight in the morning. I'm a little bit late for the just coming daylight. It's 9 a.m. But it's not bad. It's still about not perfect daylight yet. It's kind of cloudy, overcast. Feels like it could rain, but maybe not. I don't know. I didn't bring my umbrella, so hope it don't. Or at least I hope I get my video done early, and at least I can get out of the rain, if it does rain. The boardwalk is just in there, but I've been on that a few times, so I guess we'll just continue right down Water Street. Nice little area right here. There's some restaurants and things like that, and there's the museum. I've been through that. It was when we first moved here, which would be this summer. It'll be 3 years next when July comes around again. About 2.5 years ago we came here, and we went all through that museum. It was quite interesting. Highly recommend it if anybody's new here, or even if you're not. Go in there and see what all they have in there, because it's a very interesting place. In the summertime, this was a very beautiful, busy spot here when before the COVID. great now anyway, even if we didn't have COVID, because it's cold out, and nobody goes down there too much when it's cold. The Upper Water Street is pretty well the last street down here before the water. Oh, sorry, Lower Water. I'm on Lower Water. I told you wrong. I said Upper Water. Maybe it was up there. I'm not sure. Anyway, we are now on Lower Water Street. So just clarify that. We're on Lower Water Street. Until you get to this point right here, it's the last street down here. But we go away from the water a little bit, so might not be the case down here. There might be something. But I consider it pretty much the last street before the water. And everything's uphill from here. All the side streets all go uphill. So if you'd like to get a workout, come down on the Water Street and walk up the streets, because they're all uphill. Well, I hope there's not enough wind down here to actually bother you this morning. I don't think so. I don't know. I thought that microphone would be the answer, but it takes getting used to. First time I used it, I talked too loud in it. The second time, the jacket I was wearing was rubbing on the microphone, and it sounded like every step I took you could hear it, but it was actually the jacket rubbing on the microphone. So I got a different jacket on today. I don't think it would do that, but if I don't need it, I'm not going to use it. That's like an emergency thing. If the wind's blowing too hard, then you have to use your microphone. Two summers ago, I used to play on the boardwalk here, and this is where my spot was just down there. When the tourist season was on and the cruise ships came in, I used to bring my guitar down here and my battery-powered amplifier and play on the boardwalk, and did okay for just doing something I like doing anyway. It was okay. Made money pretty well every day unless it rained. And that was really nice. But can't do that now because we could do it, but you wouldn't make any money because there's nobody in there. But it usually ran from about, I could start it in May and work May, June, July, August. And by the middle of September, the tourists were all gone, and it was quiet then, so that was about the only time I did it. I didn't do it year round. I have another little part-time job I do now, so it kind of takes up the slack, and well, we'll soon be down to the end of Lower Water Street. It's not a real long street, so we'll keep going. Let's see. I've only been videoing here for 10 minutes. I think 10 minutes, something like that. So we got lots of time left on here yet. We might as well go a little farther and see what we can do today. Try to cover some spots where I haven't gone too much. I know Halifax is not a big city, and we got several of us out here doing this, and it's hard to come up with something that hasn't been covered, but I'm going to keep at it. We like doing it, and everybody got a little different angle on everything. No two people does it exactly alike, so even though you may have seen someone else walk on a certain street, it won't be quite like the same as someone else doing it. So, you know, everybody's different. I walk around the back of the cars. It's easier than waiting. I didn't put my gloves on. I have them in my backpack, but it's easier to handle this if I don't have my gloves on. But it is plus, I think I said plus 3 or 4 right now, so it's not that bad. There's a little breeze blowing down here. I'm hoping it's not going to affect us too much. It's nice to get out and walk in the morning. I love the morning walks, and I'm a morning person. I don't mind getting up 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, which I did this morning, because we keep funny hours at home. Because my wife gets up, she goes into work around 4 a.m. So we're usually up by 3 for sure. And even though sometimes I use the car and I drive her to work, and sometimes she just takes the car to work, which was the case today. So even though I'm not going there with her, I still get up with her, and then I just usually watch TV or something till time to get out around or do something. So that was the case this morning. And yesterday I wouldn't call it work, but I was doing my part-time job I have, which I wouldn't really call it work, but it's an income, and it's not something I mind doing. So I have a friend who's, I guess they call them both friends. I knew them before quite a while now, a couple of years. And her husband has Alzheimer's, and he's quite far along in it. And it's a really nice couple. And so I take him out one day a week. We go out for coffee and talk and drive around, and he's been over home a few times. Sometimes we watch TV and stuff like that over there. It's just to get him out of the house for a while so his wife can go do something, because it requires constant. Someone's got to be with him all the time. So it gives her a little break, and it gives him something different to do one day a week. So that's what I do on Wednesdays. And I usually pick them up in the morning around 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I get done around 3 with them, maybe 2:30, between 2:30 and 3. And he enjoys his time out, and it's good for me too. It gives me something to do to get out of the house. We drink a lot of coffee and do a lot of talking, and it makes him happy. And so that's my Wednesday. So Wednesdays is not my videoing day because I'm busy with that, and also I have to drop my son off at his job on Wednesdays as well. So Wednesdays is a busy day for me. Thursdays I don't have anything to do, so this is a good day for me to walk around and do a video. Well, I'm at the end of Lower Water Street, so now we're going up. We'll see. I'll let you know as soon as I see a sign. I don't know all the streets in Halifax yet. I know the main ones, and I know a lot of them. But like I said before, I've been here 2.5 years, and there's no way I would know them all yet. There's probably people been here for their whole life and don't know them all. So I don't feel too bad. This is the route to the container yard, so that's why you see a lot of trucks coming down here. You just follow that right down around where he's going. That'll take you right down to Halterm. I was a truck driver, and I've driven into Halterm with loads from McCain's. French fries from New Brunswick, I hauled them in there. And I'm retired now, so I don't drive anymore. Kept the air brake on my license, but I took off the truck part of it. Because if you keep your truck license, you have to get a medical every year after you're 65. So I didn't want the expense of that, having to go every year and pay out money for a medical for something I'm not even using. So I took it off my license, and the other part was, when you retire, you're supposed to retire, not keep going back to your old job. So when I figured I'm cutting the strings, I'm going to take it right off my license, and that way I won't be tempted to go back and even do it part-time. I'm done with it. That's a chapter of my life that's over, is truck driving, and I don't really want to do it again. So anybody that does, more power to you, but it's not something I want to do anymore. I spent like 30 years at it, and I've had enough. Although I gotta say, the company I worked for, the last job I had, I was there 15 years. And I don't think I was ever missed a day in that 15 years. There was once I had a flat tire on my way to work. I was late, a little bit late, but I called them and I still came in. And maybe another time, maybe something like that might happen. But other than that, I was there early every day and never stayed home a single day because I was sick. Not saying I didn't have the flu a couple of times, but I worked anyway. It was a small company, and they couldn't really spare. Well, you could if you could. I guess if you broke your leg, you wouldn't be in. But if you could make it, you're better off to come, because it was a small company and hard to get somebody to replace you. So I just threw things out if somebody didn't show up for work. So that's the kind of person I am. I like to be responsible and do what I'm supposed to do. So there's the supermarket. I'm over in the South End here right now. So I guess we'll just continue on down here. And I hear the wind blowing some. Maybe I'm gonna stop down here maybe at Tim Hortons and take a little break and plug my microphone in, because you could be hearing some wind from my microphone perhaps. So that's what I think I'll do, is put my mic in and try to put it in a way that it won't be too loud in it, and it won't be rubbing on my clothes, picking up any noises, and hopefully we'll get a better result today. The wind is strange. Like, I get in the right spot, there's no wind. There's none at all right here. So anyway, this street is Barrington that we're coming up to right here. And so we came to the end of the lower water and we walked over here to Barrington. And now we're in the South End. And somebody wants to turn in here, so I better move right along. So now we're in the South End of Halifax, and if you go up that way, you go up towards the university. So, excuse me, I got something stuck in my throat here this morning. I suffer from sinus problems and that kind of stuff. Something I've had since I was a kid. And every now and then it bothers me worse than others. But sometimes it's not all that bad. Well, I think I'll go on down here to some place to hook up my microphone, because I imagine when I go up top the hill, it's going to be a lot windier than it is down here. Let me see, I'm just checking my time there. I don't want to run out of room, but I think I'm okay for now. I was down here not long ago, getting my car fixed, which was last week. I guess it was a week ago. This is Thursday. It was Thursday last week. No, it was Friday. So tomorrow will be a week ago. I was down here on last Friday getting my car fixed, and I had to hang out down there. And I think I made a video that day when I was just hanging out down here. So there's one of my hangouts I don't go to real often, but from time to time I go into that Tim Hortons in there. And guess this guy's gonna let me go, so I'll keep on going. Well, maybe I'll just keep walking. It don't seem that windy now. I'll just skip the microphone for now. I don't think I'm gonna need it. So then we'll walk up through here. If I can, I'll let you know the streets I'm on. Okay? Get across the street before I get run over. Okay. I am on Smith Street, on the corner of Smith and Barrington. So we're going to walk up Smith Street, and I can't tell you a thing that's on the street because I don't know. I don't think I've ever walked on it, but it's possible. But we'll walk it now. I know we're heading towards the university up that way, so maybe we'll end up on Spring Garden Road yet. We'll see how this goes up here. It could be a dead-end street. I might have to come back. We'll see as we get up here what happens. So Smith Street looks like every house on that street is built exactly the same, but different colors. They've all got a slightly little different color to them. And it looks like a really nice place to live right there. So Smith Street is just a short street, 1 block. And my brother in Fredericton is texting me, but I can't answer him right now because I'm in the middle of my video. So we got to continue with the video and get to him after that. So I'm just seeing how many of these houses like this are on the street. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I would say about 20 houses on the street that are like that. They're all the same design, but just a little bit different color. And other than that, they're pretty well all the same. And then there's a big apartment building right in behind that. So this is the end of Smith Street. And I don't believe there's any, I don't even think you can walk up through here. I was right. When I got down here, I'm going to have to turn around because there's no street, but I think I can go down through here. I'm exploring this morning. I've never done this. Never done this before. So here we go. Little walkway down through here. We'll see where it goes. Well, this is something different. I have never seen this part of this area right here in the city. So if it's the first time for you, we're even on that because it's the first time I've ever come down through here. And we'll see if there's a way out through because I know where the streets goes if I get out of this little area. But there's no way out from here. So we'll keep on going. Maybe we'll have to go right back around to Barrington maybe. If that's the only option, that's what we'll do. So, that's what we'll do. Probably walk right out to Barrington. There might not even be any way out of here. This could be all closed in. Because I don't think there's a route out of here. So I'm going to have to walk back the way I came. Because there's absolutely no way out of here. This is only the car parking for people who live down here. And I see a lot of New Brunswick plates, so there must be several people, probably students that's down here from New Brunswick, I would imagine. Okay, so much for that. There's no way out from down here. that's what you have to do. You have to go the way back that I came in. Back out to Smith Street, back down to Barrington, and take a different street, because Smith Street is a dead-end street. I'll probably never forget that again. When I see Smith Street, don't go up Smith Street. It doesn't go anywhere. Okay, we're back to Smith Street. And we'll go down the sidewalk. Heading back towards the water and Tim Hortons, the harbor, all that, supermarket, all that area. Well, I learned something this morning anyway. If nothing else, I've learned that Smith Street is a dead-end street. And you can't even go down through the back way where the parking lots are, because it's all closed in. Well, I'm thinking at this point, maybe I'll walk over to Tim Hortons. I'm just looking at my time on this thing here. It looks like I'm at 20 minutes. Time goes pretty fast. You don't even have to hardly go anywhere, and 20 minutes is up. So we might as well try to keep walking and get to the end of this video, I guess. Because my phone will only allow about a 30-minute video, and then it's full. Sometimes it might go beyond that, but 30 minutes is pretty good. If it's got that, that's about it. So I'm just waiting till this summer and I have this phone paid off, and then I'm going to get a new phone, and I'm going to keep one phone strictly for videoing, so I don't have a bunch of stuff stored on my phone, a bunch of apps open and a lot of things stored on there, which I have to on this phone. I have all my phone numbers, my photographs, this and that, and something else on there, and all my apps. All that stuff takes up space. So if you didn't have, I think when I've got my phone cleaned right out, except for the stuff I need, I've already used up 60% of my storage. So it only leaves 40% left. Because if I had a phone without anything on it, I would have, well, your necessary apps take up some of it. So I think I'd have at least 70% left on my phone if I had it strictly for this use. Yep. There's the garage right over there where I get my mechanic work done. Highly recommend them. They do a great job. Anything they've ever done with my car, I've been 100% satisfied. I highly recommend Napa, Todd's South End Car Care, and Napa Center. Highly recommend them. They did a perfect job on everything they've ever done for me. Again, I don't complain one little bit about it. Well, we'll continue on up through the south end here, and as soon as I get to this corner, I'll tell you what street this is called, because I don't come to the south end all that often. And this is English Street. Okay, there's English Street. So that's what we're on. Barrington turns right into English Street. If you come down around to the very end, go around the corner, it's English Street. And that right over there, what you see, is where they bring in grain and that kind of stuff that would supply bakeries and cereal companies and all that kind of stuff. Comes into that terminal right there. It comes in on ships and they unload it, and the trucks come in here and haul it by bulk from here, like you fill up a grain trailer. And it could be grain also used on farms, but it could be for factories made in or something. So that's what that was. That was a terminal for grain. It comes in on ships and goes out on bulk trailers. No doubt it's delivered to some any place where they make any kind of feed. Probably co-op, places like that would buy a lot from them. So we're still on English Street, walking in the South End, going kind of west, I guess, from here, because the North End is up that way, so this would be west, because the South End is kind of down here, so this would be south. I guess I'm walking west as far as I can tell. Anyway, I'm on English Street, walking up towards the university area, which I may be down a little bit beyond most of it. All right, we're going to walk up Bland Street because most of the university is up that way, and I'm going to eventually wind up by Spring Garden Road, and it's up that way. So we'll just go this way on Bland Street, and we are now heading northwest. So you're getting to see part of the city I haven't ever shown you before. I walked through the South End. I've walked through the South End, but just maybe one route. And this gives you a chance to see other parts of the South End. It's actually an old residential area. A lot of houses that have been turned into apartments and rooms for rent because the universities down there, they cater mostly to students that are looking for housing when they move to Halifax. So a lot of these buildings are made that way. They used to be private houses a long time ago, but now they're turned into rooming houses and small apartments. And I would suppose there are just regular apartments for families here as well. There's a nice looking house sitting right there in this place of apartments, but there it is all by itself. And we are just about to go up Victoria Street. We'll make a left on Victoria. Okay, we'll make a left on Victoria. Check my time, make sure I'm still okay. Okay, it looks like I started a second video on this channel, so it's still going, so that's the main thing. We'll go till it stops. When it stops, when it says low storage, I'll have to end this video. Hopefully I can make it all the way over. We're getting close to the Victoria Park area. If we make it that far even, that would be too bad. Yeah, it's a very, very quiet neighborhood here, all residential pretty well. Not like the North End. The North End has got a lot of businesses and things up there, which I prefer the North End. If I was going to live in Halifax, I would try to live in the North End myself, because it's got lots of stuff up there. Restaurants and supermarkets and stores and, you know, everything you want is right there. But some people like the residential area. When we moved to Halifax, we found our place online, and it's over in Dartmouth. And we haven't moved since. We've been here 2.5 years, and it doesn't cost us that much compared to what some places cost. So the price is the thing that's keeping us there, I guess, because it's a little bit small, but there's 3 of us that live there, me and my wife and my son. It's a small apartment, but we're used to it. My son's bedroom looks like a recording studio with all of his gear in there, but we're making do with it for now. Unless something better comes along at a good price that I don't know about right now, we'll probably stay there another year or 2 at least. I'd rather live in a little bit smaller quarters and have more money in my pocket than live in a really nice place and be broke all the time. So, you know, it's a choice you have to make. All right, we will continue on, I guess. We'll continue on to this corner. I can't tell you the name of the street. Yep, it's right here because there's no street sign on it, which seems to be a problem a lot of the time in Halifax. You come to an intersection, and when we first moved here, the only way we'd know our street was coming up and keep GPS on, and it would tell you the name of the street, because if you're looking all around for the street sign, couldn't find it, by the time you get through it, you're too late to even make the turn if it was the right place. So we used our GPS to make sure we had our streets properly, and my son's real good at that. He'd sit in the back seat and he'd say, make a right here, make a left there, and guide us to where we're going. So they are hard to spot. The street signs are hard to see. I'm still moving. Yep, still got some space here yet. So we're heading up towards Spring Garden area. And by the time I get up there, it's going to be time for coffee. Because my hands are a little cold. I got gloves in my backpack, but I don't like wearing them. They're like when you really have to have them. When it's freezing cold, you have to have them on and put them on, but otherwise. And I gotta say, my gimbal hasn't given me any trouble today. Sometimes it don't like, I think it's the cold it don't like, because on a real cold days, sometimes it'll flop down, it'll go a little bit sideways and stuff like that. Today it hasn't done that at all. So it must be something to do with how cold it is out, but I don't know that. It could be. I thought it might be a Wi-Fi connection that's causing that, or a Bluetooth connection or something. Yeah. So it could be. I'm not sure. But anyways, it's working good today. No problems. Well, we're having a pretty good walk here through the South End today, and I'm heading towards Spring Garden Road. We may make it before this runs out. I hope we do, but it's just hard to say. Any of you folks that are watching this video, do you like early morning walks? Because a lot of people do. And I'm sure many of you will see this video and you'll think, oh, that's what I should do. I should get out and walk around like that early in the morning. If you've never done it, it's a quite an experience. It's fun because I love the early mornings. It's the best time of the day for me, is early in the morning. And of course I'm a morning person. Not everybody likes to get out of bed at 5 in the morning like I do, but I'm already up a couple hours at 5. But that's me. We go to bed early, go to bed at 8 o'clock so I can get up early in the morning. And well, we are now at South Street, so now I know where I am now. This is one of the main streets in the South End. The South Street will go right up past all the university stuff. This is all university campus over here. And so South Street goes right up through the campus, goes right up. It's pretty much on the south end of the campus. And I think it's St. Mary's or something like that. Another university is on the other side of, pretty much the other side of South Street. And this is pretty much the border of the university is South Street. When we first moved here, my wife worked at university for the first year till she got settled into a good job. And that was the route I used to take her to work. She lived way up at the other end of, or worked up the other end of South Street in one of the food places. But she kept her eyes open looking for another job, and she got a good job now. And she works as a courier driver, and she loves it. She just took to that like that. Best job she ever had. She likes doing it. And it's just something she liked doing. And when she got a job at it, she's there every day, and she's got a good outlook on her job and has a good rapport with all her people she has to associate with in the job and customers, which I was like that too when I was a driver. Tried to have a good relationship with all the people where I went steady to their warehouses, and it always helps when they see you coming and say, oh, here comes Paul. Yeah, he's a good guy. We'll have a conversation and get around, and things will go good. And if you're grumpy, they'll go, oh, here comes that guy. He's coming in here, going to give me a hard time now. So yeah, it's better to be friendly and talk nice to people. You'll get a lot farther. Well, we're still going yet. Amazing. We're still going yet. This is University Avenue, maybe? University anyway, it might be Avenue. University Avenue. Where I am right now. if I had more time, I'd walk all around through the campus, but that'll be another time. Maybe when the weather warms up in the spring, it'll be a long video, so I might take a walk around the campus. So we're at University Avenue. I see you can catch the 10, 44, and 4 buses right here on this corner. Right there, if you're waiting for the bus. You have 3 options. That's all the campus buildings. It is a big place in here. I worked at UNB in Fredericton when I was just young, maybe teenage, late teens, maybe 20. I worked at UNB, and I thought that was a big campus, but it isn't even close to Dalhousie. Dalhousie's a very big campus here. When I started out as a young person, my early jobs were in the food industry at the university, and so I thought that was going to be my career. I went to school and trained to be a chef, and well, I worked in a few places. I worked in a bakery as well. I spent 5 years working in a bakery, and then I worked in a Chinese restaurant and 3 different food places at UNB. And anyways, after thinking it all over, the idea of driving a truck came to me, and I thought that might be fun. So I went and got my truck license, and I spent the next 30 years driving a truck. And I want to tell you, you don't get much time to yourself to do anything when you're driving a truck. I bought a motorcycle, and the first summer I had that, I put 100 kilometers on it all summer. That's how little time you get to do things, because it takes up your whole time. It's I wouldn't advise it to anybody who has a family to get into truck driving, because it's just, I don't know, it just takes up too much of your time. It's a good paying job, and you get to go a lot of places. You see a lot of places you probably wouldn't have gone to, but it just takes up too much of your time for what you get. So anyway, I'm walking right beside Victoria Park now. I forgot to mention that coming up here. I'm right beside Victoria Park. There's Bobby Burns statue, and we are at Spring Garden Road now, and the Lord Nelson Hotel is on that corner over there. East Link is on that corner. Victoria Park is on this corner. And on that corner is the Halifax Public Gardens, which I did a video on that one day last summer. In fact, that was my first video, my very first video that I made, walking where I was talking. I did a couple with music on them at first, because I didn't think I could talk steady enough to do a talking video, so I did music on them. But then I tried this one out right here. I was walking through Public Gardens, and I just walked along and talked as if somebody was walking beside me and I was talking to them, and I couldn't believe it. I was able to talk the whole time I walked through there. So I said, I think I'll just narrate the rest of my videos, and I may do one later with music to it again, but I kind of enjoy walking around and talking. So it seems to be working out for me pretty good. So we'll probably do it. I'll just walk in through here and probably finish my video, because we're in a good spot right here at Public Gardens. But I covered Spring Garden Road a lot, so I don't really need to do that. Okay, so we turn around, point our camera towards the gate. And what's a good background? The Lord Nelson Hotel? Okay. You want the Lord Nelson Hotel? All right, that's what we'll do. We'll point it towards the Lord Nelson Hotel, which is right over there. And there's the gates to the public garden. So we'll try to get both in the picture, okay? So this pretty much concludes this video. I hope you enjoyed my walking tour and my little ramble. I had a good time. I hope you did too. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button, because it all helps, and we'll get there one day if we keep at it. So thank you very much, and you have a wonderful day. Bye for now.